Hey, what is up, fellow Raiders? This is Vulcan Dan, and in today's Raid Shadow Legends video, we are going to talk about the new and improved Tomb Lord. Now, yeah, he just had a recent buff along with a lot of other legendaries, and he was already actually quite a good legendary before, often regarded as one of the best for the Knights Revenant Faction Wars because it does bring a lot of debuffs, decreased speed, decreased attack, decreased defense, poisons. The only problem with him that a lot of players didn't like was that his AoE decrease attack and decrease defense skill on his A3 is on a 5-turn cooldown when an epic champion like Stag Knight has the same skill on a 3-turn cooldown. Now, of course, Tomb Lord's skill along with the AoE decrease attack and decrease defense brings some other things such as a decreased turn meter and the chance to get an extra turn. But of course, that having it on a 5-turn cooldown when booked, that seemed like too much. So yeah, they just brought that cooldown down 1 turn. And also they improved his A2, which was already actually a pretty good A2, but they've actually brought that up to another level. All right, so let's take a look at this run, Knights Revenant Faction Wars with Tomb Lord. This is stage 21, which is the last stage, the boss stage. And yeah, I've been using him even before the buff. He's probably, other than, Rector Draft, because of course you do need a reviver for Faction Wars. He's probably my most important champion here. Of course, I brought someone like a Skull Crown to bring the damage. I brought a miscreated monster to bring those stunts, which will be useful for the second wave because we do have to deal with those triple Val. But yeah, Tomb Lord. As you can see, there's a lot of poisons there, decreased defense, decreased attack. All of those are from Tomb Lord. So yeah, so they got his AoE decreased attack and decreased defense down to a 4-turn cooldown when booked. And of course, it brings it closer to the level of Stag Knight. And of course, his A2, which is a single target hit, but it gives an AoE poison, 4 poisons, for a total of 2 turns. There you go. So he just used that skill right now. And if you can see, there are some poisons that are 3 turns because we do have that mastery on him that has that chance to grant an extra turn on your debuff. So yeah, so after this run, I will show you his gear, his masteries, yeah, so that you can have an idea of how I built him up. And before the buff, his AoE poison is also 4 poisons, but it was only on a only 1 turn poison. So yeah, so if you're using someone like a Xavia, for a Dragon Run, Fire Knight, and having those poisons go up from 1 turn to 2 turns will be a huge difference because of course you would want those poisons for the poison explosion skill of Xavia. So that's basically doubling the damage that you're getting from those kind of skills. So yeah, and of course his ever reliable A1, which is the triple hitter with decreased speed. And just a while ago, you just saw there that he did his AoE decrease attack, decrease defense, and then he got an extra turn. That is because if the enemy has below 50% HP, he will grant himself an extra turn. And when that happens, that will technically make his A3 a 3-turn cooldown similar to Stag Knight, but with the extra turn. Yeah, so he did that A1 there, decrease speed. So yeah, because his A1 is also a triple hitter, he's excellent for the Fire Knight with the decreased speed, of course, decreased attack, decreased defense, the poisons. All of those are very useful skill. And as you can see here, there's so many debuffs on the boss and on the ads right now. Decreased speed, attack, defense, poisons, all of those are from Tomb Lord. We do have that leech from Verse of the Grim. We do have those stuns from Miscreated Monster. We do have the weaken from Skull Crown. But yeah, most of these are coming from Tomb Lord, and he's definitely MVP in Faction Wars, in my opinion. right? So yeah, we have the decreased attack, decreased defense up. Let's see how much damage he does at the end of this Faction Wars boss stage. He's not a great damage dealer because, you know, he just has that single target A1, single target A2. Even though it does give that AoE poison, it is still a single target skill. And remember, you have to build Tomb Lord with 100% crit for his skills to have the maximum effect. But you don't really need to build him with crit damage because he just has you know, the single target A1, single target A2. Of course, poisons do not scale with any crit damage. So just build him with 100% crit. You can build him with a lot of HP, defense, accuracy, speed. Not really on attack or crit damage, although those are, you know, good things to have as well. So it really depends. His build is quite flexible. Most important thing is that you build him with enough accuracy. Of course, his value comes from the debuffs that he lands. All of those that you see on the boss right now, those are from Tomb Lord. Yeah, and of course, since we do build him with 100% crit, even though, you know, he doesn't hit that hard, it still brings quite a decent damage. 5,000 per hit on his A1, so a total of 15,000. Yeah, so pretty hard hitting. And yeah, let's take a look at this one. All right, so it looks like here that he is neck and neck with Skullcrown, which is of course she is a heavy damage dealer. Tomb Lord is more known to be a support champion with his debuffs. So, and even though he's built with 100% crit, I don't think I built him with a lot of crit damage. But so I think most of those are coming from all of those poisons that he is landing on all of the enemies. It is an AoE 2-turn poison, 4 poisons on each one. So yeah, that as you can see there, brings a lot of damage to the table. All right, so now let's take a look at his gear, his masteries, and how I built him up. All right, and here's my Tomb Lord. Yeah, I gave him some cruel gear, some perception, and accuracy gear. So yeah, so I actually went overboard with his accuracy. I have 400 plus accuracy. You only need around 300 or around 250 to 300 is a good number. 439, I think, you know, with all of the accuracy gear that we're getting, you know, we have accuracy from, of course, the perception set and the accuracy set. We also have the Great Hall. We have accuracy as the substats, and then we have accuracy banner. So I think we can tone down on the accuracy because this is a little bit too much. 100% crit rate, 123 crit damage, so not a whole lot of crit damage. Some decent speed, and as you can see, he's not built with high attack. Just a nice mix of HP, defense, and attack. And of course, I have booked him out, fully booked. I've already booked him out even before he got his buff because I think he's worth the books, and he's not even that book intensive, just a total of 12 books, which I think is quite decent. And these are the masteries that I gave him. All right, let me move myself a bit. All right, so of course, just a lot of accuracy masteries. I have this master hexer here that will extend those poisons, or actually all of his debuffs, decrease speed, attack, and defense, and the poisons. Yes, and of course some. I got him Giant Slayer because he does have that triple hit A1, which I think this also helps a lot with dealing a lot of damage to that final boss there, which is why he was neck and neck with Skullcrown. All right, so yeah, so that's my Tomb Lord. I definitely think that he is now actually one of the best champions in the entire game. This becomes a 3-turn cooldown with this was already a 3-turn cooldown, I think, even before the buff, but now this is 4 poisons for 2 turns. It used to be only for 1 turn, and this would only activate if this hit is a critical hit, so you do need to build him with 100% crit. Same thing with his A1. You will not get the decreased speed if this is not a crit. And of course, this used to be a 5-turn when booked. It's now a 4-turn with the extra decreased turn meter, and this extra gets an extra turn. Yeah, so And of course, an extra Doom Tower accuracy by 70. I don't think I'll use this because I do have yeah, too much accuracy on my Tomb Lord. I don't think, you know, yeah, but even though he has too much accuracy, I don't think I'll rebuild him. This is already good enough for myself. Yeah, he has accuracy, banner, crit damage, right here, but you can actually go with HP defense. I went with defense for his ring, but you can't go wrong with any decent ring with percentage substats. Right, so that's Tomb Lord. He's excellent in a lot of areas in the game, including Fire Knight because of his triple hit A1. He's also great in the Ice Golem with the decreased speed, the decreased attack, decreased defense, and the poisons, because if the Ice Golem does hit those threshold wherein he will do his AoE nuke, if it goes down by poison, he will not do his AoE nuke. And with Tomb Lord, of course, bringing more poisons, I think it's become a lot better. With Spider, I think he'll also do well with Spider, especially mid game. You know, when you're dealing with Spider, probably 10 to 15, he might be able to help out there. And I think even in Dragon, because of course, you know, he does, although decreased speed will not land on the dragon, and of course you cannot decrease the turn meter of the dragon, but decrease attack, decrease defense, and the poisons. So yeah, he's usable in all areas of the game. An excellent champion. All right, so if you have a Tomb Lord, make sure you build him up. He is an excellent champion after the buff. And yeah, have fun playing with him. Thank you so much. I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in my next video.